Hi, my name is Lyndsay King, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about understanding awakening and what is involved with this process. So, if you are interested in this topic and you would like to hear more about it, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, show me a comment, let me know if this resonates with you, and share. Because the more people that we can reach with our message around awakening, the better the world will be for all of us. So as I mentioned, my name is Lyndsay King, and I run the Accelerate Your Life mentoring program. I am a professional mentor and success alignment coach. I help high achievers, spiritual entrepreneurs, professionals and healers, light workers to take their game to the next level by taking action and getting into alignment with everything that means success to them and recognizing their journey. So if that sounds like you, I welcome you to click on the link below, set up a call, join my Facebook group, Accelerate Your Life 2021 for dynamic free events, coaching, bonus sessions, and information that I provide throughout the year. So let's get started. Today, I want to talk to you about what is awakening. Awakening, as described, is when we experience a sudden shift in your energy. When suddenly you take a step back and you start to realize that you are perceiving the world from a different, more expanded point of view. Many times your perception of the world will change so dramatically that you're not even sure who you are anymore or where you're standing or if you're even in alignment with the life that you are living at that very moment. Many times our belief systems are incredibly challenged. We start to realize that we may have been living according to a belief system that no longer serves us, or perhaps just hasn't been true ever in our lives. It's not uncommon to start questioning everything around you and what you're going through and how you're feeling about your relationships, about your job, about your career, about your family, but most importantly about yourself, who you are right now and who you are becoming, but more importantly, who you want to be. And for those of you who know me, I am always talking about the premise of being free to become the person that you are meant to become. To be free to become the person you are meant to become is to live in a state of alignment and creation. So when it comes to awakening, these things do not happen all at once. I wish they did. It would be a lot easier if we could just go through an awakening, get through it, and be safe and secure on the other side. But awakening comes in many waves and phases and has different levels to it. It's essentially an ascension process for your spirit. So one thing I'd love for you to understand here in the context of what we're talking about is that awakening is part of our human journey. It's part of our human condition. And in this universe, we live in a constant state of duality. Everything has an opposite. There's a double side to every single perspective and every single situation. Even our human condition. We are human, which is us here in this body, on this earth, in this third dimensional reality. But we are also being. We are an energy that fills this human body with our consciousness, with our life force, and with our divine calling. Now, our being is an ever-expanding, limitless existence of energy, but our human body is restrictive. So why do humans go through awakening or ascension or waking up, enlightenment, or following our path, our journey, our mission, whatever it is that we've decided to call it with our words and how we communicate this concept to one another? We go through ascension and awakening in order to start to understand who we really truly are deep on the inside. We were born into this body to go live our life. And it is our journey in life to remember how amazing and truly limitless we really are and to get in touch with our mission. So the reason why awakening goes through many different phases is because we are being given a chance to adjust. We are being given a chance to adjust to this higher level of frequency, of energy that fills our existence, our being, our energy, our emotional body. So let me help you understand what an awakening feels like. It can feel shocking. It can feel like your world is starting to break down around you. Your energy might feel shaky. Something might have triggered this awakening, and it might even be a completely irrational circumstance, situation, relationship, job, family member, experience. But we know that once it happens, we're on the other side because the awakening has been triggered and it has begun. So an awakening is when you are experiencing a shift in frequency. You are releasing the heavy, dense, dark, third dimensional human energies, frequencies, and starting to ascend into a higher, more fourth dimensional or fifth dimensional frequency, which is being interconnected with everything here on this planet and the people around you, starting to read into situations and not understanding why. You can congratulate yourself. You are raising in vibration. This is what we call waking up. So if you imagine that most people are drifting through life asleep, they have priorities, they have goals, they have ideas about what they're striving to achieve. But when the awakening sets in, it can be very sudden and scary because suddenly everything you've worked your whole life for no longer matters. And you're ready to ascend. You're ready to accelerate your life and take your game to the next level. Step into your own two shoes and live according to your mission, your purpose, your calling, your heart's desire into your happiness and your joy. Awakening is an expansion of consciousness. We start to develop new meanings about life, new meanings about our work, our time, the way we think about ourselves. A new dialogue within the self emerges. We start to develop new meanings for family. What does success mean to us? What does it truly mean to us on the inside? We start to have a different relationship with materialism. Our ego starts to experience a death. Now, I can tell you, awakening is a beautiful process, and all of us who have awakened and are going through an awakening journey will tell you that it is the most incredible, mind-blowing experience anyone could ever go through. So I congratulate you if this is something you're going through. But the part of awakening that a lot of people don't talk about is that it's also very painful. It's very difficult. It can be very challenging. And many times, it's incredibly uncomfortable. You can think of awakening as a new birth for yourself. It's the new birth of the next version of you and who you're becoming. So I just want to touch upon some of the things that cause the most amount of pain when we're going through an awakening. Holding on to our old beliefs, grasping on for dear life to our old life, to the old self, to the old way that we were showing up in the world, and realizing that no matter what we do or how we try to spin it, it is no longer working for us. It's the death of the self. And this is inevitable because once the awakening process has been triggered, it doesn't go back the other way. And if you fight it and you resist it, you're only going to find yourself in more pain and misery. And this is what people many times experience as depression, sadness, regret, and hopelessness. So I just want you to know, if you have experienced any of these things, you're okay. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. And that is exactly why I do what I do in my life, because I know that when we go through an awakening process, it is imperative to reach out and get support, help, guidance from spiritual teachers, gurus, coaches, mentors, people who are wiser, older, and who have been through this process. You may want to reach out to people who are doing the work in this world that you would love to be doing, or who can support you on helping to find that inner calling and bring it into your reality. This is when people start talking about how to manifest, how to turn your life into your dream life, into what it is that you want. And the first step is really getting clear that you are going through a transition and accepting it. And I am going to say what everybody says, but a big part of that is surrendering and letting go of the old you, of the old life, letting it start to drift away and be replaced by what you choose to be, by what you choose for yourself. Many times, highly sensitive individuals or very empathic people, people who have a lot of clairvoyant, psychic abilities, very sensitive individuals to this world and universe and other human beings, get very caught up in the energy. Energy can get stuck inside, stuck within you, and it feels very difficult to move forward and turn things into reality, aka manifest. So it's imperative to learn how to clear your energetic field, how to raise your energy, how to get into alignment with who you really are, your truth, your authenticity, and to start to live into your life's purpose and your calling in an easy, effective, efficient way, which is exactly why I do what I do. Now, the clearing can many times be felt physically, but I've realized that a lot of people are not guided on how to understand what that clearing feels like. You may feel it in your heart, in your head, in your ears, in your joints. It may affect the way that you are feeling within your own body. So, for example, your heart may experience a heart opening. And there are many different meditations that you can do and practices to open up your heart and develop a deeper, more intimate sense of self-love. A heart opening can feel like fluttering, heart palpitations. It's many times confused with anxiety and stress. But it's actually a part of the process because old, stagnant energy is being cleared from your heart space. You might experience headaches in a certain spot in your head, in your forehead, on the sides of your head. And many times it's simply because the energy is changing. And I recommend that you get a lot of rest, drink a lot of water, and start to spend some time alone, some quiet. Many people experience ringing in their ears, big sounds, ringing, jingling, buzzing, beeping. It's because you are rising in frequency. And in the fifth dimensional realm, you can start to hear your guidance at a higher level. You can start to see your guidance at a higher level. And that ringing could be an indication of something that you're going through or just clearing of energy in general. Your joints may hurt because a lot of our emotion is stored in our joints. A lot of our emotion is stored in our hips, our shoulders, and our ankles, our knees. And when the energy starts to clear, it's a sign that we are moving forward and allowing ourselves to clear up anything that's been holding us back. So I recommend a lot of movement, a lot of hydration, time in nature. A lot of people report insomnia or having trouble sleeping, disrupted sleep patterns during an awakening. And that's because we may be opening up, or we are opening up to hearing our own inner guidance. Our intuition is breaking through the density of this third dimensional life that many people have been living. We start to have racing thoughts and thinking. So just be aware that there isn't necessarily something wrong with you, but there may actually be everything right with you because you are on track and you are on purpose in your life's calling. This is what humans do. We awaken, we ascend, we transfer, we transition. We reach the next level. We are creative beings on a creative journey to become a higher, more sensitive and developed version of ourselves. And now is the time. You may experience detachment, feeling like you just don't connect to anything anymore, or the people around you, you're just feeling like very alone. You might require more solitude as a result. A lot of people experience increased synchronicities. What does that mean? Seeing number patterns, or we would call them angel numbers. Perhaps you're finding feathers or coins, or everything just seems to fall into place. You say you need something and someone calls you and gives it to you. You walk out of the door and it's just unbelievable that all of the answers are showing themselves right in front of your very eyes, your ears. And synchronicities are a beautiful, beautiful thing, but they're highly misunderstood. So when you do see a synchronicity, give gratitude, be thankful, know that you are on your path and you are being led You're not crazy. A big part of awakening and what this is all about is that you are outer you, physical you, the human part of you is starting to get connected, integrated, and aligned with your incredible, divine, spiritual being inside. So inner and outer you are developing a closer relationship. And part of that relationship is a highly intuitive nature, increased intuition, hearing messages, seeing signs, seeing visions in your mind, pictures, understanding things on a deep, deep level, a deep knowing inside. Sometimes it can come up as a nagging that just won't leave you alone, a pestering. And these are the kind of things that keep you awake at night. Now, I advise you to take more time. If you're experiencing any of these ascension symptoms, awakening symptoms, integration symptoms, I recommend getting some sleep, really resting and getting quiet in your head. Changes are required in order to accommodate the new version of you that is emerging. You can think of yourself like a caterpillar who has crawled into your chrysalis to emerge as a butterfly. But ascension doesn't happen in a week, a month, or even a year. Ascension is a journey. And this is when we really start to accelerate our lives and enjoy our journey every single day, because new and exciting things will be flowing into your reality once you let go, surrender, and start to accept them, start to learn how to read the signs, start to understand how to clear your energetic field and get into alignment. I recommend you take more time in nature. Always start your day with gratitude. Drink water, get grounded, spend some time in the forest, trees, swim in a lake, in an ocean. Spend time alone. Get some quiet. Listen to your breath. Hear your thoughts. Feel your thoughts or see your thoughts. Pay attention to the visions that are coming through, if that applies to you. And start to honor yourself a bit more. Accept yourself for where you're at. I always recommend, if you are going through an awakening, definitely seek medical care if you think it's serious, and just make sure there's nothing physically wrong with you. But I always recommend just accepting the fact that you are perfectly human, and this is what humans do. So seek out guidance, seek out support. Awakening takes an element of reflection and letting go, but it's not straightforward. So it's better to accept the situation and understand that change is inevitable. It's going to happen. And when you can start to get in touch with your newer energy and welcome it in with open arms and start to understand it, start to understand your intuition, your calling, what you're being asked to do as your next steps, and taking action, you'll really start to accelerate in ways that you have never even imagined were possible for you. Now, it's important to observe your physical state, your body, your senses. Really pay attention to how you're feeling, what's going on, and just be with it. Get comfortable with this new state of frequency, because energy can be very intense and it can feel like it's pumping through you. And I recommend you just practice deep breathing, relaxing, accepting, and really practicing building that relationship with yourself, because ascension is here and awakening is here to develop the relationship within ourselves. And that is a relationship where more self-love is emerging, an unconditional love for ourselves, which is translated into an unconditional love for others and for humanity and for the work that we do. And I just want to encourage you to reach out to me if you do have any questions. I'll put a link in the video below, in the comments below, in the description below. And if this video has resonated with you, and if you do know anyone who would benefit from hearing this information, please do share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos like this going forward. Now, you can click on my link and book a call with me. I have one-to-one calls on alignment. I can help you understand your alignment. But I also have a Facebook community called Accelerate Your Life 2021, where I run bonuses, trainings, free events to help you accelerate your process and understand your awakening, and more importantly, get into alignment with your higher self and who you truly are. Thank you so much for listening today. My name is Lyndsay King, and I am the creator of the Accelerate Your Life Mentoring Program. I look forward to hearing from you.